Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a reading for you. And I'm going to start with the resonance of the new moon that has just occurred in your chart in the sky for everyone. And that energy is having a particularly dramatic impact on you, your mindset, your approach, your perspective moving forward. So I pulled the loneliness card from the Soul's Journey Oracle, which states, I know that I am never alone. And I think this is important because you are a very sociable sign. You are a warm, easy communicator with others. You like to share what you know with others. And I think that you are making some decisions about the way that you're investing this skill of yours into your community, into your relationships. And the clarifiers are the Two of Wands and the King of Swords. You definitely are clear and feel powerful in your skill set. And as mentioned, that skill set very much is helping others learn or gain access to information. There's a low-key teacher in you that is trying to look at other ways that you can share your skills with less familiar communities or audiences. So you're looking out onto the world with a desire to grow more in a new direction, to expand yourself. There's also the kind of low-key teacher trainer energy that is trying to engage those that you interact with um, curiosity, realizing that your assumptions have been overturned through your experiences. Things have not gone the way you once imagined they would. There are unexpected surprises. You're more interested in finding out the truth rather than simply neutrally giving out information or neutrally sharing or learning information from others. You are developing a powerful filter that helps you evaluate information on the basis of its truth and its justice, its fairness for others. So you're leveling up your understanding of the power of your skill and more equitable ways, fair ways of applying it in certain situations. So this is guiding the plan you are creating moving forward. For the present energy, the Emperor. This is very much in line with, I believe, a self-image you have. Understanding after some considerable experience, and most of the Geminis I'm talking to have been doing what they've been doing for a while. And there is the sense that you have ceased from trying to control other people's efforts, thoughts, decisions, and you're more clearly in control of your own ability to achieve the results that you want. So you rely more on your own abilities, more on your own strategy to gain not only the result you desire, but the result that you know is more just for a group, a team, a community, a family. And this definitely has something to do with your longer term strategy, longer term goal, understanding that your work just does not impact individuals here and there, but a whole community of individuals that profit from the way that you profit. In the past, the Five of Swords is describing a really competitive, kind of a cutthroat atmosphere as this work is really, as this reading feels to be more about work. At some point, it feels as though your work and your home life, your family, the support you've received from childhood, your conditioning is quite cutthroat. And that perhaps the way that you were mentored or learned to do your skill and have honed your skill has been the result of a lot of people telling you that you couldn't do it, as well as the way that you saw people gaining advantage by undermining others. So there's a competitive way that you learned the business or your skill needed to be applied that was really about changing your own status, profiting as an individual, not about bringing holistic benefit to the group or the community that you were serving. It was very much undercutting your competitors or offering your clients maybe cut rate deals that were not truly valid or sustaining. And this environment is part of what has brought you to this place of feeling that you are alone based on a history of competitive advantage, competitive information sharing, maybe if you're in some kind of sales, undercutting your competitors in a way that really ends up hurting everyone, perhaps but you or including you. In the future, the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, you want to change this. There is no doubt. Your origins in a particular profession are now something that is no longer satisfying to you. I believe you've grown through this place of seeing your colleagues or co-creators, conspirators, collaborators as competition. I think you've really moved beyond a place where you actually understand that you have skills to lend to others. You have information that it can improve the experience of everyone, including others like you. Soften the profession, make it more transparent. And this is an opportunity that you are manifesting in your reality, an opportunity to, as an example, make as much money, but do it in this more holistic, more beneficial way, a way that takes community into consideration, supports perhaps generational wealth building out of really a generational practice that has inspired you and has developed you as an individual. So you see an opportunity here to help others build wealth. And that is, again, just an example of the possibilities, but this has been something of a trend in your readings, Gemini. If this reading is resonating for you so far, please like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to clarify the Five of Swords in the past with a couple of cards. And there's the Tower card. And one more, please. Something is turned over. And I'm going to grab that. The Fool card. Lovely. Yeah. I feel like you've taken off in a completely different direction, not just because you wanted to change, but because the way that you had been working ended up not benefiting anyone. In fact, I think you depleted your resources, perhaps, and the resources of others in the way that you were practicing your profession. So with the Tower card, something came along and disrupted your practice. Something did not turn out the way you thought it would be. You may have worked up to a larger investment and it failed, or there may have been a way in which you were stripped of your resources to move forward in this way. So it's a huge motivator for you to reassess and realize what you really loved about, I believe, a professional practice that you're very good at, something you've done for a while. And the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get one more for the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Swords. Okay, wow. So I do see a lot of heavy wounding that you sustained, particularly in the earlier part of your life, your family of origin, or some kind of conditioning you received. So the Emperor, as the Emperor, in this moment of really being sovereign, taking full responsibility for your reality, knowing that you actively have created this, you want to change this. You want to change the way you view your resources and profit, abundance, and the way that you interact with others. So there's a lot of competition in the way that you have come to understand your position, your strength. You've had to fight, you've had to struggle, and it has been about changing your lifestyle, moving away from a place of lack, a place of not necessarily poverty, but not enoughness. And that is not enoughness within you as well as without of you. So you are actively working to change that. And I feel that you believe you now have the resources, the intelligence, the openness to new ideas, to alternatives to achieve this. And this feels as though you've had a roller coaster ride. And this generally, this idea of ups and downs is generally a theme for others as well. So you've worked your way up from the bottom. You've achieved success, for you, some multiple successes. And then somehow it was lost in a way that you had to rethink and try something new, risk something you didn't know. In the future, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think you're feeling a sense that the best revenge is success. That's the kind of energy that's coming off this reading. That you understand that your practicality, your ability to work hard, you have a powerful work ethic, you are practical, you do know how to work with others, you understand cycles of whatever resources you work with, is a way of healing the kind of suffering, betrayal, heartbreak that you experienced. I believe this is in your family of origin. I believe that you were unseen, you were pushed down, you were neglected. Doesn't mean that you were hurt or poor, but it definitely means that others weren't paying attention to you. Others, you received a lot of judgment from others, and it was negative. And there was a part of you that does want to actually get back at those that judged you negatively. I think that this is part of you realizing that those who perhaps hurt you in the past are no longer with you. So there's a sort of futility to this sense of revenge, and you're aware of that. That doesn't make practical sense. And you are, above all, in this moment, very practical, very strategic. So I think that you understand, by taking care of yourself, commanding your skill set, being practical about the way to build the wealth that you are pursuing, that is the way of addressing and healing the sense that others have control over your life and that you don't. So I'm going to pull a flower oracle to finish up this reading, Gemini. Ooh, And I pulled the fuchsia, and the key words are true feelings. Within you is all you need to know. I think this is really profound for you, Gemini, as you are experiencing so much energy that is allowing you the space to clear the decks, so to speak, and employ what you already know to do. So thank you for this reading. Until next time, namaste.